Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Webhead Podcast, where we talk about almost everything in American pop culture news. My name is Ryan Walsh.
And I'm Quinn.
We're your host, and we are going to be talking some awesome topics today. And the first one is that we're going to be talking about Titans, because the first episode of Titans is available on the DC Universe streaming service, and Quinn and I both got to watch it. Quinn, let's start off with your thoughts. What did you think overall of this first Titans season, or their first episode? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I had a lot of surprising thoughts on it, because I expected this to be a lot like the CW shows, and I thought it was kind of the opposite. But right away, I think it's worth noting that the first thing that you notice about the show, and it's really, really good, is how the visuals look. I thought it looked really, really well. Everybody's powers look good. All the sets look great. All the costumes look good, and I thought all the fight scenes were fantastic as well, which is something I did not expect at all. I really expected that to be kind of like the main drag of the show.
Yeah. I think a lot of people thought that too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, right away, like that first fight scene with Robin is great. Watching Raven's like ghost form come out and attack people is kind of scary, and like I think it works really well. Even Starfire's powers, although kind of like still undefined, like we don't really know exactly what they are. They look like it's just like fire.
Mm-hmm.
They look really cool when she uses them. And even Beast Boy, we get a little bit of Beast Boy, but just enough to see that it looks pretty good. A lot better than what we're used to, at least, for DC television shows.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, like, I was watching the first episode, and I was telling you off screen, I was doing some homework as well, so I was going back and forth on it.
Yeah.
And I definitely enjoyed the first episode. I didn't think it blew me away, but it was what I personally was expecting from it. I was not expecting anything of the CW stuff, which now it actually makes sense, because I think I didn't really get that. I think a lot of people were thinking that, except for me. I was just totally oblivious to that, like, whole side of it, but I can understand that, because that's what DC is doing well right now. Like, their CW shows are very well received. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you'd think that they're going to be doing Titans the exact same way.
Right.
But then that's why you look at the Robin in the trailers, and it's super corny. And now I totally get it. But now, like, when you're watching this, you see, like you said, like, this is not like the CW shows, and I love that. I'm so happy they did that.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be completely different. And with every single character that they introduced so far, which was basically all of them, Beast Boy just got the last, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was barely in it.
Yeah, but I thought, I thought his power was pretty cool. When he was transforming from the tiger to himself,
yeah,
I thought it was fine. It wasn't, like, super bad.
Even the tiger itself, like, looks pretty real.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like, I was expecting...
Not that bad.
I was expecting
way worse.
Flash level,
I was expecting, like, Gorilla Grodd level CGI.
Oh, God. It's so bad in those shows. So, like, I'm very surprised and very happy with what they did. But Starfire? I thought it was like Starfire.
I thought it was interesting how, like, the show kind of has the opposite problems and at the same time the opposite successes of the CW show. And we were talking about this a little bit earlier, how as, like, the things that were really good about this show are usually the things that are really bad in the CW show. Like, for an example, the visuals right away in Titans look really, really good, and on, the CW shows, they look kind of corny, they look a little cartoonish at times. They just don't really match it. I also noticed how, like, which was weird, the editing in, like, the CW shows, which is actually pretty good, and the reason you know it's good is because you don't notice it, is really bad in Titans. And it is a pilot, so it is something that they can improve upon, but I've noticed several jump cuts where characters are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, like, within the same scene. Mm-hmm. And I noticed a lot of kind of ping-ponging between scenes, whereas instead of letting the scene kind of happen, they just swap back and forth between the scenes, and it kind of cuts on everybody's screen time and their ability to do roles and stuff.
Yep.
The other thing that I noticed was that in the CW shows, where the characters are kind of overwritten to the point where they're needy and emotional, in Titans, they're a little bit underwritten, where they don't have enough of their own personality. Again, it is a pilot, so we are still kind of getting to know these characters, but I didn't think the pilot did a really good job of introducing who they were as a person level. You know, Raven's just kind of either scared or scared pretty much throughout the entire pilot. You know, Dick Grayson, Robin's just kind of like has one of two emotions, which is just like whelmed and then like kind of curious. And Starfire as well. She doesn't really like say anything interesting or like unique throughout the pilot. So I thought that was a major drag. I didn't think the actors were bad. You know what I mean? I don't know. That stood out to me a lot.
I thought that Starfire was definitely the biggest standout in my opinion.
Really?
Because I really just thought that because I think I like her storyline so far, where you don't know what's going to happen with her. Like, you've seen a million of, like, Raven storylines, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, remember, this is only the first episode, so we barely got anything.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot, which is another thing I kind of had a little problem with. But go on.
Yeah. Because you think about it, you would think that we're going to be getting a ton. If you look at like the Netflix ones, like Daredevil is very good.
Yeah.
You get a ton on Daredevil. But the thing is, they put a lot in this episode, but then they didn't put enough. Because what they did was they put all these characters in. Instead, you usually just get one character. So they do have a difficult, it's going to be a difficult time balancing all of them. I thought it was okay how they did it. I didn't think that Raven... I was really just looking for making sure that this wasn't super cringe fest and this was just
which
horrible.
It's funny because her at home, like when she's at home and when she's with her mom, that wasn't very cringy. But then when she's in high school, I mean, that was like the cringiest high school scenes I've ever seen in film.
Yeah,
that was like the worst high school. I mean, I don't know who had the idea for that, but that was terrible.
I love it when the dude walks by and he took a punch for her. He just completely ignores her.
The random guy, standing up for the girl. And also the random guy just coming out of nowhere, just, I don't even know what he said to her. And he's just, talking to her. Just leave me alone! It was really corny.
It's, typical, movie, TV show, high school bullies, and then, there's one dude that's standing up for, I thought it was fine. I didn't have a problem with it.
Oh, I thought that was so corny.
And
high school is like that?
It's tough because, those are just general things that they do put in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
And it's really tough to pull that off when you only get, for Raven, you probably got, 15 minutes for her.
Yeah, that whole sequence is probably, 50 minutes.
It's not a lot of time, so it's very difficult to judge it by one episode.
It's also not important.
But then, Robin, I thought they handled him okay. It's just kind of a...
Again, I didn't think they handled... I mean, the acting is fine, and I think it's okay as, a starter, but, he doesn't really have a lot of personality. He's kind of like wet toast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I thought it was...
I thought it was weird, his relationship with his new partner, because he's supposed to come off very cold, but he just, the way he acts it isn't really cold. It's just kind of, off-putting. And she kind of, it kind of feels like she's overreacting, which is wow, what is his problem? If you watch it, you'll know what scene I'm talking about. And then, halfway through the episode... I didn't feel like
that, but...
You know what I mean? And then, halfway through the episode, it's total 180. He's, totally opening up to her for, no reason whatsoever. You know?
Yeah, it's not like he... I feel like he didn't... I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I feel like he didn't really get... There was just, one little thing that got him... It was, Raven.
Yeah.
Something about Raven or something like that, and, It was... I think that he is just, one emotion, and I don't like the emotion they're going with Robin.
Yeah.
He's just super depressing and all that, and I'm like, okay, I get it, he's gonna be... I feel like this is a transformation, this whole season will be a transformation of him into Nightwing, so... But I just don't like how they're handling him right off the bat.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but the thing I did like was what you were talking about, the fight scenes.
Yeah.
I did like the fight scene because it was they're not taking Robin seriously. And this could have been horrible, but I love the fight scene. I thought he was kicking ass. I loved it. He was just destroying all the the dudes, and he's screw Batman. I don't need this guy. That's what I liked because it was he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's Robin. He can literally take out crime himself. He's fine.
Yeah.
And
I thought the fight scene was
when he takes that dude's head and just puts it in the window, loved it.
Oh.
I was like, hell yeah.
That is a brutal scene. That's pretty good.
I loved it. I was so happy with what they did with those shots of Robin, but then when he's Dick Grayson being a cop and all that, detective, I wasn't too into it. I didn't really care all that much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I thought the cop scenes with him were pretty lackluster. Like I said, he didn't have enough personality for it.
Yeah. And I'm really thinking about, was it next episode too? I just had to add this because I really want to think about this. Like the next episode, it just came to my mind. We're getting 2 more characters, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be Hawk and
Dove are
coming.
And
it looks like Beast Boy.
Well, yeah, we would expect Beast Boy eventually is going to come into the picture. Hopefully in this.
And he was episode. like kind of that end credits thing.
Yeah.
Are they kind of starting off on the wrong foot? Do you think?
What, going to Hawk and Dove instead of building the team
because,
first?
Yeah, we didn't get that lot of storyline between these 3 characters. Yeah. I mean, we got a little bit, but we didn't get that much. And now we're already going to 3 more characters.
Yeah,
That's a lot of jumping around.
I think it wouldn't be so bad if they had kind of taken the first pilot episode and just said this is about Raven and Beast Boy and kind of left Starfire out of it. Because one, that would have left you more time to really build these characters, and then them going to meet these other characters wouldn't seem so like dodging the point. So I think if they had done that, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But I think because that they have 4 of the characters who are kind of doing things that aren't really explained. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what Beast Boy's doing. It looks like he's just breaking into electronic stores as a tiger, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And then, we have no idea what Starfire's doing because Starfire doesn't even know what Starfire's doing.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't know what she's doing. No
one knows. Like, we don't understand why we're even watching her because she's just kind of prodding around doing nothing. So I guess I see your point there. But I think overall, I don't think it's going to hurt the story overall. I'm kind of excited to see Hawk and Dove, honestly. They don't usually...
Yeah, me too.
They're not huge characters in DC. They don't get a ton of time a lot. But they look really good in this show, and I think it'll be kind of a unique perspective for Robin to go see figures from his past and Raven to meet other heroes. I think that's kind of what they're going with it.
Yeah, and I'm totally cool with them being in the series. I just wish that those 2 characters maybe was introduced maybe
a little bit later. Yeah, that's a reasonable thing.
Because it looks like like all the posters, everything is really focusing on Robin,
the core 4,
Starfire, and Beast Boy. Cyborg should be in there, but it's okay.
We'll get over it eventually.
Yeah, I mean that's another big thing. I'm hoping that I won't get feel like it's just not the real Teen Titans because Cyborg isn't in there because it's just like it's Cyborg. He's got to be in there, but
I mean they're kind of putting it. Yeah, but they're putting him in the same universe as the DC movies, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't think they'll do that. So let me ask you, Ryan, if you didn't know anything about Teen Titans, if you weren't a big fan of these comics, if you didn't know what they were going with, would you continue to watch this show after the first episode of the pilot? After the pilot?
Ooh. See, I'm not a good person to ask that about because...
Come on.
When it comes to TV shows, I am so bad at, keeping up with them.
But, all right.
Like The Flash.
Would you...
the face of the earth with Flash.
Not necessarily would you, but would you want to watch the second episode? If you just saw that pilot, you didn't know anything about the Teen Titans, you didn't know that eventually they're going to form and they're going to do all these things, and you didn't know anything about Trigon, would you watch the next episode?
Yeah, I think I would probably.
You would? Okay. I don't think I would. Just
because I feel like the only reason I say that is because obviously with me, I like the action stuff and I like...
okay, yeah.
But also, I feel like they left a lot on the table.
Yeah.
That they just didn't, go into. But I did like Starfire's storyline. I thought it was interesting because I thought it was completely different than what we've seen a million times over. You know?
True.
So it was like that. I think that's what got me in the door and got me more excited. And then the Robin fight scene, and then Raven. I did like a little bit of Raven stuff too, because I was like, what's going on there with her, And then of course, Trigon's probably... Is he confirmed as the villain? I think he's the villain.
I mean, it's got to be Trigon, right? He's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's like...
It seems like Trigon has followers on Earth already that are hunting her down. But I mean, again, the show hasn't directly told us that, so we don't know that for certain.
I hope he's the villain because it seems like Raven's a huge thing. And, obviously,
it could be Brother
Raven
Blood too, who's trying to get Raven and control her.
Yeah, they could go. right now they could go anywhere they wanted to.
It's very.
Trigon's a.
That's my only.
Trigon's a big, big villain to go off with.
Who? Trigon? Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, he's a huge one.
He'd be cool to see. That's for sure.
I'd love to see it. If they handled him like they did with Kingpin, not like obviously the same way, but I'm just saying like, season 1, he's the big villain.
Yeah.
Season 2, he's kind of still there. Season 3, he comes back big time. Like, I would like that. I think that'd be cool with him. Because he's like a Thanos.
He's big. He's huge. Yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept going with him.
Yeah, but, he should be like the overarching villain, I would say.
Yeah.
Like the constant threat of like, oh, when is he coming back and all that kind of stuff. He's a cool character too, and I think he really completes Raven when you throw him in the picture.
Exactly. Oh, and one other point, just before we move on. I would love it if they did this. The Deathstroke that was at the end of Justice League, if they're not going to use him in DC...
Yeah,
the DCEU. Use him in Titans.
Yes.
Come on, season 2 or something like that. Give us that Deathstroke because he was so cool. I want to see him in a movie.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that, Ryan, but that is genius. If we don't get him in the next, even if we do, I want to see him in Titans. I want to see him so bad.
You already made him the costume. You
just pull it out of the closet, throw it on a different guy.
Yeah. We're the same guy.
If he's down, get him.
I know. I'd actually be really down to see that. But
yeah.
So now diving into even more TV, Netflix news, we're going to be doing some stuff on Daredevil Season 3 because that's coming up on the 19th, which is only a couple days away. And also, Iron Fist got completely canceled. Me and Quinn actually did get to talk about this early review that was on Collider, and I basically just told him what was going on and like what they thought of it. So we were getting pretty excited about it. Quinn, what do you think of Daredevil and then also Iron Fist as well getting canceled?
Iron Fist, as much as it did well in the second season, I'm not surprised it got canceled. It just like, I don't think that they were really seeing the return they were looking for on the show, and they have so much else going for them that it just doesn't, maybe we'll see him again in like Luke Cage, which would be even cooler.
Yeah,
he just shows up as a side character or something like that. But I'll tell you, I am so excited to see Bullseye in the new Daredevil series. I'm beyond excited for that. I think that's just going to be the coolest thing. I've been waiting on him, since season 1 of Daredevil, and I feel like it's been a drag that we haven't seen him yet. I was really bummed with season 2 that we didn't get to see him, and we focused on all these other characters.
Yeah.
Like, he to me is Daredevil's villain. I know Kingpin kind of, a little bit more so, but to me, it's Daredevil and Bullseye. And I think those two up against each other is going to make for a fantastic season.
Yeah, I think that, Daredevil Season 3, I don't think I've been this excited for a Netflix season for a while.
Yeah. I know.
Daredevil Season 1 is where the hype was real for me. And then also, Season 2 as well, because I was really excited for The Punisher. I wanted to see what they could do with The Punisher.
Yeah.
So I was excited for that. But I agree with you with Daredevil Season 2. Like, it was just too much jumping around. And then, the biggest problem I would say was for just every single Netflix... I think it's Iron Fist, Daredevil Season 1, Season 2, and then The Defenders, is The Hand. Had the same exact... the organization. The Hand,
that's
remember?
right. The Hand
literally, that was just the villain the entire time. Yeah. And I was just like, too many times they're using this.
Yeah, it got a little... And, the Hand was...
They just kept... Let's just keep going with it. It's like, no, stop. I was getting a little irritated because I was like, every single villain is just with the Hand. And I'm like, why can't they just be like, let's just do a different villain? Because
they were setting up Defenders is why they were doing it. But, it's just
Yeah.
Defenders didn't pay... how many episodes? It was 6 or 7 episodes, Defenders?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you put all your chips into one basket is kind of the thing. Why would you spend so much time on one thing? You don't have to, make the Hand, everything. You know what I mean? Because, what ended up happening in Defenders, 2 characters knew who the Hand was, and 2 characters had no relation to the Hand at all.
Exactly,
and they just
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I guess we'll do this as well. I agree with you. That was, there was way too much time on that, and it took away from, the actual villains we want to see.
Yeah, if they did it a way where they had, say, with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, say their villains were secretly working for the Hand, and maybe they didn't know this until the last episode where it gave them a little hint that there's a bigger organization, and every single one of their villains, all the Netflix characters, they all had something in the Hand, and then they brought it in there. That would make total sense, and then they're fighting the organization. But season 2 Daredevil, they literally are fighting the Hand.
Yeah.
It's literally just a whole organization. It's like if, with Captain America, they use Hydra a million times.
Yeah.
But the thing is, but the thing is, with Captain America, they did it in a way where it was actually really well done.
Yeah, it was smart. It was very smart.
I didn't get sick of Hydra. In, Netflix, I got sick of the Hand because it was just, it's also still not 2 hours long like a movie is. It's 13 hours for every season? Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of time.
10, 13 hours, yeah. Depending how long the season. Yeah, that's just a lot of time to be spending fighting. But let me ask you, because Daredevil Season 3, out with the new, in with the old, as far as costumes go, we're going back to the black. The ninja costume has returned. I personally am super excited for this because I like the little robber masked man costume way more than the red. I think the red looked good, but I think the black is just, it makes him look scary, it makes him look like he is not there to make friends. He is there to get in and punch you in the face and leave. I love that super dark, scary costume, and I think it goes better with the character. It's interesting because from the trailer that I've seen from season 3, that seems to be the theme, is that they're going back to season 1 Daredevil, where he's a vigilante, people don't like him, people are afraid of him, he's villainous in his appearance, but he's actually a hero. And I like how the Kingpin is kind of trying to turn public opinion around on him, and he's just gonna one-man army that shit again. I am so excited to see the black costume return, and kind of the season 1 Daredevil return as well. That to me is why I think this season is the hypest of all of them. So what about you? Are you excited to see the old costume go? I mean, the new costume go and the old one to return?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was pretty. I like the season 1 costume. I'm glad it's coming back. It's cool. But it makes sense. I'd say it makes sense because obviously Bullseye is going to be. He's in season 3. Everybody knows it. They haven't really come out and said it a million times, but everybody knows he's in season 3. And then he's posing as Daredevil with the actual suit on. So that's why he's in the ninja costume. Yeah. So it makes total sense there. And then also Matt Murdock's dead, so his suit is probably completely damaged, and it's realistic. So the guy can't just go and get another suit super fast. Yeah, because
he has a suit. He has a special guy make it for him. I forget who the guy.
Well, he was he was working for Kingpin in the first season.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he made Kingpin suits.
To that guy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything happened to him, but I get what you're saying.
He's just there. It makes
sense that he has to go back to the basics with it.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I think Bullseye is going to be pretty cool. They said that the fight scenes are amazing in this, so I'm really excited for all that.
Which they always are.
Yeah, I know.
Daredevil fight scenes are sick.
Yeah, Daredevil is really just when it comes to Netflix seasons, nothing can touch Daredevil. I think that is the perfect Marvel character for the shows. I do think that's really good. Yeah. But, I really want to say something not even thinking about the future of Netflix, but with Iron Fist season 3 canceled, which I'm surprised that they even added season 2. Because everybody hated season 1, and honestly, me too. I hated season 1. Right. I thought there were a couple episodes that were okay, but most of season 1 just completely sucked. Yeah. Season 2, I thought it was pretty solid. I actually enjoyed it. But I'm surprised it didn't get canceled sooner. Yeah. I mean, it stinks because they finally had a good season and they're like, all right, let's cut it. I didn't get it why they did that. Why didn't you just do it the first time out? It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And then
I see where you're coming with that. I think in general, they wanted to make it work. And I just don't think I don't think they were seeing the return, and I think they were kind of looking at it we don't need this. You know what I mean? We don't have to make Iron Fist work anymore because we're not doing Defenders anymore. We're just going to do these guys and have them do whatever because they did better on their own than they did together. And I think when they looked at that and they saw that Iron Fist just wasn't going to... Because I think one of the big things about Iron Fist is that he's too comparable to Daredevil. And Daredevil is just more successful. It's a better show. You know what I mean?
And it's the cooler character, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, 100%. He's the cooler character. Yeah. He has more villains. There's more things you can do with him. You know, like...
Yeah, because he was... Back in the 60s, he was one of the big characters. Yeah. He was not a small character like a lot of them, like a lot of these other characters are. He's a big character. He is a movie-worthy character.
Absolutely.
But, you know, But I think he's perfect where he is. Yeah. You know? I think Spider-Man would be a really good TV show, too. You know, like, the cartoon ones are very good, but if they did a live-action Spider-Man TV show, I'd be down with that.
I think the only problem with Spider-Man is it's kind of a production to do Spider-Man. It's a lot. You know, like to have him
I think they made it, though. I think they made it like that.
Yeah, I think it would be good, but I think he's better suited to film because you can make him look so much cooler in a film. Like, I feel like if you put Spider-Man on TV, definitely. He's not going to look as cool. Like, his web swinging isn't going to be as detailed and as cool. You know what I mean? Like, his villains aren't going to always be as great. You know, like, I think Daredevil's great for that because his villains aren't extremely complicated. They don't wear scorpion power armor or giant rhinoceros battle suits. You know what I mean?
But they could
just like...
They could always just CGI it like they do in The Flash.
Yeah. King Shark, bring him back.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody's clamoring to see him again.
Oh my god, dude. Or Gorilla City. Can we go back to Gorilla City?
Oh, everybody really wants to see that. I was so excited for Grodd, and then I just got super disappointed when I looked at him. He was like, oh, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, he looks like a turd. He's a big turd monster.
Yeah, there are definitely limitations to TV, because if Spider-Man was a TV show, it'd probably look a lot like The Flash.
It'd look a lot worse, yeah.
You know?
Whereas, like Daredevil...
It's weird, because he is a street-level hero. Yeah. You know? He's the dude saving, you know, like, just doing the common crimes. Yeah. You know, he's not doing the big stuff, like the Avengers. But now the movies make him do that, which is fine. I'm cool with it.
That's the advantage of Spider-Man.
That's not what Spider-Man usually does. Yeah. But, I think, you know, Iron Fist, disappointing. Daredevil, super excited for it.
So excited
to come out. It's going to be awesome. But now I'm really moving on to a trailer that got dropped. It's a teaser trailer for Aladdin. And, you know, they're doing a live-action version of the movie. And they showed a couple of quick scenes. Quinn, what did you think of it? Do you think it was amazing, like everybody else did?
I didn't think it was amazing. It was a pretty short scene, which is fair, because the movie doesn't come out till, what is it, May or...
It's May. Yeah, it's May. May 24th.
May 24th of next year, so we still have a lot of time. Visually, it looks perfect, you know. But here's the thing, I would honestly expect that from a Disney movie at this point. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think for me it's really early to say, like, an early opinion. Like, there was nothing shown. But it does look like, you know, they're kind of sticking with the original movie in a lot of ways. At least from that, like, you know, when the... I don't know what you call that guy. Like the lion tunnels is saying his line and all that stuff. I think that's like straight from the original movie. I know. So honestly, like, I was just impressed by the way it looked, which I thought was pretty exciting. I think like the desert-esque mystic Arabic landscape is something that would look really, really cool on film, and that's probably the reason that's going to get me in the theater is just seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got most people's money. It's just like Beauty and the Beast when that came out. I loved Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
I didn't really like the cartoon as much as most people did. A lot of people, I think people overhyped that movie on the cartoon. Probably going to get a lot of hate for that.
My mother hates you for that one.
The live action, though, I really like the live action stuff that they did. So now seeing what they're doing with Aladdin, I'm really excited for it. Now we're going to be getting also, we got our first look at Aladdin in the movie. I don't know the actor right off the top of my head, but you know, he looks the part. He looks just like Aladdin, so I'm cool with it. And then the you know, I didn't really like the sand lion head. I don't know what it is. You know, the tunnel too, where you get the lamp and everything. I didn't really like it all that much.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
I looked at it and I was like, I thought it'd be bigger. That's honestly what I thought, because you know, like the one in the cartoon is huge. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's like a huge.
You know, it is supposed to be a cave. You know.
Yeah, it was cute. That's as much as I gotta say.
It
was cute.
It's cute, yeah.
It was fine. It was fine for the movie. You know, it's probably gonna look much better when we really see the final product. I thought, you know, obviously we saw desert. We didn't see too much, but everything looks like an Aladdin movie. I'm just curious of what they're going to do with Genie, Will Smith playing Genie. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I really hope that Will Smith, like, Genie doesn't look like Will Smith. I don't want that. I want them to do literally like what the cartoon looks like, but make, I don't care if it looks cartoony, to be honest with you. Make it look
I want to see something totally
cartoony
different.
If you need to.
I want to see something totally new. I don't want them to pull inspiration. I don't want them to CGI Will Smith's face onto the cartoon Genie. I don't want to see like the exact cartoon Genie. I just want to see something totally unique. I want them to go in their own creative. That's me personally. I get why you'd want to see.
What if they put Will Smith's face on it?
I think I'd walk out of the theater. I think I would have enough.
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad if they put Will Smith. Can I return like, if I can really see Will Smith,
that'd be ugly as hell.
Yeah, they could change my mind on that and they show us something amazing, but I think it's kind of like handling the what was it, the Cogsworth, all those characters from Beauty and the Beast, all the little miscellaneous objects. They don't look like they're actors.
Yeah, I don't think it should look like the actor. There's no reason for it.
Do that.
No reason for it at all.
I just have a feeling they're gonna do that. That's why I'm nervous about it. But
I don't think they're gonna do
a little teaser trailer. Can't talk about it too much because they didn't really show you that much. Yeah. But also, what's it? In 9 days from when we're recording this, we're gonna be getting Red Dead Redemption 2, which we don't talk a lot about video games, but I do want to bring this up because, in my opinion, Rockstar makes the best video games ever. Yeah. So, Quinn, are you excited to get this game? And are you going to get on the first day it comes out?
100%. First day, I'm going to close all the shutters. I'm going to board my door. I'm going to store up on ramen noodles and ready rice. Yeah. And that's just going to be my life for the next couple of days until I beat it. And I'm okay with that because Rockstar makes the quality of quality when it comes to video games. These games are, they take a long time to do it. So, I think Red Dead came out in, 2007, 2008?
It was a while ago. We were in middle school.
It was a long time ago.
Or elementary school.
They only do one game at a time, so they were doing Grand Theft Auto and something else in that time period. But now Red Dead is back.
2013 was Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, a lot of the things about it look pretty good from the details I've seen. Like the open world looks really, really responsive, which is something they're really known for. But I'm more excited for this story. It's supposed to be 80 hours, and it takes place across mountains. And swamps and the wet expansive plains in cities and stuff like that, which is something I'm more excited for. I'm not a huge fan of all the little things you do in the game. I think they're cool, but I think they fall by the wayside. Mm-hmm. So I'm more interested in that 80-hour story, which if it's anything like the last one or other Rockstar stories, I know I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, the storyline I'm excited for too. I'm not gonna... I can't blame you for that. It sounds amazing. When I heard the runtime for the storyline, I got even more excited. Most of the time, I'm like, okay, that sounds a little too long, but this one I was totally in for. I was so excited. Honestly, I'm super excited for this game because these are these are the biggest games. In my opinion, there's no other game that could ever top these ones. Like Spider-Man, when that came out, that was a big game, but it's still not anywhere near Grand Theft Auto Red Dead Redemption. Rockstar games are perfection.
And they take their time. And they take their time, they stay true to what they do, and they put a lot of heart and soul into their games, which is something that not a lot of games do anymore. I think a lot of games are more interested in making games come out every year, whereas Rockstar is nope, we're going to make the game when it's ready, it comes out. It has nothing to do with E3, it has nothing to do with this game launches or that game. When our game is ready, it comes out and it's going to be the best thing ever. And I think that's just...
And the thing is,
what Rockstar does.
Other companies need to take notes on that.
I think it was more popular, a couple of... Maybe if you go 10 years ago, before, video games became so... or more industry. But, after the rise of so many franchises, it's the trend is, inescapable current. And nobody but Rockstar seems to account it. Even Bethesda is kind of moving up their release dates a lot more. They're not taking as long with their games.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean?
I'm nervous about that new Fallout game.
Yeah. It looks a little... it looks like a good time killer game, honestly. I haven't heard the best things. It doesn't look like it has any story to it, but it just looks like a good time killer. I'm
going to get it, but I think that I heard the graphics lack.
Oh, really? I heard the opposite. I heard they were really good.
Yeah.
But that might just be on... that might be a PC. You know what I mean?
Sweet.
Because, like, those can vary quite a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw the console one, so it's probably different from PC, because PC is, like, way better.
But overall...
But, yeah, I think it's going to be awesome, and, like, online...
That's a delayed release, right? For Red Dead?
It's delayed again?
Yeah, I think it's delayed release. I think we have to wait a month after launch for online.
For online?
That's typical. They did the same thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the same thing with... They did it with the last game.
Grand Theft Auto, and it crashed for like a week straight. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it did. I didn't care because I was still having fun, though. I've never... So the thing is, like, with me, I've never had so much fun playing an online game other than Red Dead Redemption 2. I've never had so much fun because you could just... it's just... You're riding around on a horse, and you're just, you're a cowboy, and you're going around, you're shooting everybody you can, and honestly, that's what I want to do. Like, am I a sicko? No. I just like video games where you can kill people. I think it's sweet. Most people do. I mean, that's why everybody buys these games.
You take it a little bit farther than that, I gotta say.
Alright, fine. I take it a little bit farther.
You kill a lot of people. Most of them don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Usually you kill, like, innocent bystanders.
Well, the thing is, like, in this game, they're going to remember.
I know, that's cool, right?
That's the thing. Like,
you're going to make enemies,
like
Ryan. You're going to be the most wanted man in all the game.
That's the thing. I'm going to have so many enemies in this game because I'm just going to... I can't help myself.
No, you really can't.
Most of the time, I can't finish the story because I'm too busy going around and getting distracted. Like, stealing things and, like, just killing people off. Like, it's just the way I work in the games. I get way too
a little distracted there,
They're good. They're a good time. They definitely hold up too. But now, really moving on because we talked about that a little too much.
We're excited.
So, brand new news just came out. I think it was about last week-ish, that time frame. We knew that there were going to be some Star Wars TV shows made for the Disney streaming service. So many different streaming services that they're having right now. And
I know.
Now they're going to be having a Mandalorian storyline with the, like, they're going to be doing like a live action one, and it looks like the set photos are showing some Tatooine, like that's where it's going to be set, and then we're also going to be having there's a ton of really like A-list directors, like Taika Waititi's in here, Bryce Dallas Howard. She's going to be a new director, but her father, I think it's her father, Ron Howard, did Solo, a Star Wars story, and
He's done a lot. He's a really good
Jon
director.
Favearu, who directed Iron Man and Iron Man 2, he's going to be overseeing this entire thing. I think it's really like his story.
Oh my god.
Quinn, what are you thinking about this? I think this is like I'll say right now, this is going to be an awesome show. I really do think so.
I think this is the best news I've heard in so long.
Star Wars, yeah.
As far as all these things. I mean, first of all, it sounds solid. And this is the Star Wars stuff that we wanted to see. This is the stuff that bringing Star Wars back really has to offer. Ever since, like, Rogue One comes out, everyone wants to see the other stuff behind Star Wars. Not just the main story, because we all know the main story. It's kind of done to death, you know what I mean? But going to see Mandalore, it's like a rich lore. There's so much to it. The bounty hunters, all that kind of stuff is like... And it's kind of new to media and stuff, like just that idea, that whole story of like this planet of like bounty hunters that have this own like code of honor and like reward and all that kind of stuff. I think that's something that's going to be super cool. So excited for this. This is like next level news to me. And the fact that Jon Favearu is behind it, I mean, what more do you guys want? What more could possibly be in this to make you want to watch this? I think I'm more excited
about, like, definitely Jon Favearu. Like, that is, like, the biggest thing, too, because when I heard his name was attached to it, I was extremely excited. And I don't know a lot.
Take my money.
I don't know about these characters all that much, all the Mandalorian stuff and all that. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to learn about it and just, like, get something different from Star Wars finally. I mean, we got, like, if you really do look back at the Star Wars movies, it's just kind of like... All right, Disney just got Star Wars. What should we do? A new trilogy. I think that makes total sense. Rogue One, great idea. Han Solo,
great.
No,
not a great idea. Not a bad movie.
Completely different that we've never seen before.
Completely. And here's the thing: idea. Mandalorians and the whole bounty hunter storyline is kind of like this thing in Star Wars that's always been there, but never been in the spotlight. It's never been in the focus. No. Like, the Mandalorians and the bounty hunters and all that stuff, they've been a part of Star Wars lore for years and years, and they're always been, like, kind of crucial to the stuff. I mean, we've only... Obviously, if you're a movie fan, all you've ever seen is Jango and Boba Fett, but that's the tip of the iceberg when it comes to these guys. And it's so exciting that... I mean, again, this is the kind of stuff that we want to see. We want to see more of the universe of Star Wars. That super fantastic... beautiful universe that has all these different stories to tell, not just like the main trilogy stuff. Yeah. So honestly, like, I'll take my money, Disney. I didn't think I was going to get this streaming service, but now that I hear that news, take my money. I'll pre-order it. When that show comes out is the exact day I have that service. I'm so excited for this.
I knew I was going to get this because I knew that they're going to have some good. Obviously, like, they already announced the Loki and Scarlet Witch TV show, so obviously I was going to get it because I heard about that. But now, like...
Right.
I can't even...
I mean, yeah, that's exciting, too. But it hadn't sold me. Because, well, for one, I'd seen those characters before. Yep. You know? And to be honest with you, I don't expect them to be full-fledged shows. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's going to be a ton of Loki episodes. Like, I imagine that's going to be, like, a limited series.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch, maybe. Yeah, like, miniseries, which is like, okay, you know...
I don't know. If it's high budget, I think it's
probably going to be good, but not a reason to continuously have a service. But I can see myself watching Mandalore every week for the next 10 years. Yeah. Easily. And we get to go to Tatooine. I'm sure we'll go to obviously we'll go to Mandalore, the home planet.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a
maybe we'll get to see...
So it could have been that planet, but they were filming on, not even Tatooine. It didn't say specifically what planet, so... Yeah. I have a feeling it's Tatooine because it looked a lot like it. So, you know, and they all...
And it said
Star Wars, they always go there.
Yeah, and it says that it's a focus on the Fett clan. Mm-hmm. Or maybe not.
I hope it is.
Yeah, I don't know if...
I don't want to see Jango or Boba in this at all, either. I want to see this completely, you know... I want something totally different.
And that's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like it's going... Because, like... The Mandalorians and all that stuff, they're so far out. For those of you who don't know anything about them, I'll give you a quick little overview other than what you don't know already. Essentially, Mandalorians are the galaxy's most reputable bounty hunters. They come from the planet Mandalore. I think that's how you say it, yeah. And essentially, they're an honor-based group of people, you know, where they only, like... You know, the best among them are those who are the most fearsome, the most honorable, those who hunt the best. They really respect strength. They're kind of like the Sith in that way, except they're much more in it for the money as opposed to power. You know, they're a little bit more showy about it, that kind of stuff. And they're all, you know, and as you know, they're bounty hunters. And there are a lot of them, I believe. But not like, you know, on every street corner. They're rare. They're kind of like a whole planet of super soldiers, so to speak.
It sounds like...
It
sounds like it's a lot
that's
like,
just like
John Wick in space. You know, except minus the money. You know, because it's like...
Yeah, I mean,
dudes
sure.
They're not... There's a lot of them, but they're still rare to see. Obviously, it's a bigger thing of Star
like when a Mandalorian shows up, like, there's trouble.
Yeah, because they
can
take out
They're basically,
Jedis.
like I said...
So it's like obviously,
and they have all the power armor. They wear out, you know, really unique weapons. They're usually called on to like hunt Jedi or to hunt Sith. They're not with either Sith or the Republic.
They're all in it for
That's
money.
A key thing about them. Yeah, so they're hired by whoever has the money for them.
Yeah.
So they have no loyalties, that kind of stuff. They're really cool. I'm so excited for this guy.
It's a little different than John Wick in space, but still, like, same premise. Like, just don't kill...
Sure.
Like,
John Wick in space, guys. Let's do it.
First episode, we have these dudes break into his house, kill his dog.
And kill his space dog.
He kills his space dog, and then he hunts them down the entire rest of the season. I would miss it.
Entire rest of the... I don't care, dude. I don't care if it's Mandalore, dude. Glory to Mandalore. Let's see it.
I'm actually really excited for that. I think this is gonna be awesome. The directors sound amazing. Taika Waititi's directing the episode. Thank you. I love Taika Waititi, I want more of him.
I think that's a weird pick, to be honest with you. He seems more geared towards humor, and this doesn't really come off as a comedy thing. But it's he's directing an episode, so I guess he can go either way with it,
but
right?
Then also I think people are really just he's definitely more comedy, but I think he may show that maybe he can do a little more serious. But then remember, this is still Disney, so it's going to be a little kiddish. It's going to be a little bit,
lighthearted.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think it's going to be full on. It will be when it needs to be, full on badass mode, but
which I'm fine with. I don't need it to be hyper violent.
Yeah,
it's cool as it. I don't need that to make that interesting or cool. It's got enough there. It doesn't have to add, the R rating onto it for me to really buy into this.
I'm pretty sure I heard that this was going to take place after episode 6.
Okay.
So it seems okay. And I love that idea, because if that's true, then that means we don't have anything to do with. There's not going to be stormtroopers. There's not going to be First Order troopers. There's going to be nothing.
Which no one wants to see.
So I'm okay with that.
I would prefer it to take place during episodes 1, 2, and 3, or right after 4. I mean, right before 4. Around that time period.
I'd be cool with that, yeah.
Just because I think the universe is a little bit more kind of unstable during that time period. I can see the Mandalorians having a bigger role.
But then again,
during that time period, as opposed to after 6, when the universe is kind of in a peaceful state.
But it might not be. They never explored it. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's also another cool thing about this kind of series.
That's why I'm
excited. They can.
I like the idea
because because they're not focusing on one thing. They can fill whatever gap they want to and kind of just do whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so exciting!
I'm just happy.
And it sounds like Favreau's using all his connections, man.
Yeah,
he's getting all the good directors.
Yeah, I just like how it's not connected to anything. We're not going to see stormtroopers. We're not going to see First Order troopers, because if they're in those time periods, you have to see them. So I'm just glad that we're not seeing anything. Because it's after episode 6.
Well, we'll probably see one or the other.
Yeah, maybe one or two, but not armies and armies of them, or like in Rogue One when they're patrolling the streets and everything, and they're everywhere.
Yeah,
that's what I just want to see. I don't want to see stuff like that, because it's we gotta watch out for the stormtroopers all this whole time. It's I don't want to see that stuff. I just want to focus on.
We'll probably will see a lot of that stuff, but
I'll be a little disappointed.
We'll see one or the other.
It'll be good.
I can guarantee it's not Star Wars without stormtroopers, right? Or even if they're clone troopers or First Order.
It could be. It could be, but they're not going to push it that way. You need the stormtroopers.
I don't know. You might be right.
Or it's just.
I'm so excited for this.
It's just going to start when the First Order starts. Same
the main villain is Snoke.
Yeah,
he leads them.
That's right. This is where we get the origin of Snoke.
No. They're not going to tell the origin of Snoke. He's just going to be in there.
He'll be the guy pulling the strings behind the.
They're not going to. He's just going to be there. He's going to be in power, and he's going to be telling people what to do, and they're never going to explain anything about him. He's just going to always be there.
And then they're going to reveal that the main Mandalorian is actually Kylo Ren, and that's how he was able to trick Supreme Leader Snoke. Does it really make any sense? Hell no, but that's okay, because we're Star Wars, and we're going to make it work.
Yes, and then both of them die.
They rewrite history.
Halfway through.
Kylo Ren in.
I love it.
Kylo Ren dies in the series, but then he comes back and he's in episode 8.
Dude, we got this on down. We already know what's going on here. They gave us a little bit and we took a mile.
It's still... I'm just very excited for this. I think it's going to be really cool. I think, for the streaming service, I think I'm more excited, not even just for the MCU stuff, just Star Wars. Because I do want to see more stuff.
I think that's where they really have the area to shine.
Yeah.
They could do some cool stuff with Marvel, but... From what we've heard,
the
Star Wars stuff, especially this, sounds way more interesting than the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm excited for those other things, but this sounds way cooler than even Scarlet and Loki.
Way cooler than that kind
of stuff. A lot of Loki fans are going to dislike so fast. He's a cult follower.
Smash the dislike if you're a huge Loki fan, but hit the upvote. Hit that like button if you like Star Wars.
But what if they like both?
If you don't know what to say, man, just comment. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else, comment.
Anything else, comment. Or subscribe.
Now transitioning from Star Wars to now DC with Flash.
Right.
We got a bunch of stuff. Not really a bunch of stuff, but some disappointing news. Right
in the heart,
as usual with DC. We got some, So Flash was supposed to be, originally, when it was first announced, when Justice League wasn't even out yet, I think Flash was supposed to come out last year? No, it's this year, 2018. It's supposed to come out 2018, and now we're just getting production date of 2019, and the movie won't even be coming out until 2021. So it got pushed back a long time, and ever since I had my channel, it's been getting pushed back this entire time.
Constantly.
So, Quinn, what do you think of this? I think it's horrible, but
it's just another gut punch, man. I mean, especially for, us who love the Flash and really want to share that character with the masses. Mm-hmm. And Flash is a character that you can really do whatever you want with him. You know what I mean? And I think that's really unique to Flash. You can make him a street-level criminal, or you can make him an interdimensional time traveler.
Yeah.
Or, you can make him fight Reverse Flash and do something really dark and poetic. He's such a flexible character as far as his origin story goes and all the things he's done throughout his long tenure as a character.
Yeah.
And honestly, to see him get pushed back and back, it's just like, it's just bad news. There's no good reason that could be coming of this. It's not like we've heard early details and it's like, oh, we're pushing it back so we can make something good. It's more like, we don't have a director. We don't even know if we're going to recast this guy kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
And, and that's something I did want to point out, too. I'm glad you brought it up, because it's like, we're not, disappointed because they're not trying to make a great Flash movie. We're disappointed because it just keeps getting pushed back, and it seems like it's in development hell. That's what's disappointing.
When is it coming out? Nobody knows.
Same with Batman. It's just like, Batman's the same way. Like, I'm disappointed because it just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It's like, no,
for seemingly no reason, because with Aquaman and Shazam coming out and Wonder Woman, we're led to believe that DC's back on the track.
Yeah.
And then when you hear news about this kind of stuff, it's just like, what are we doing here? Where are we going? What's the next move? Everything feels like we're just getting pushed back. So, by the time Wonder Woman, when's Wonder Woman coming out?
I think it's what?
I think it's
Is it
19.
Is it next
I think it's
summer?
2019.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. We're going to get 3 movies? Wow. We're getting 3 DC movies. Pretty close together.
Yeah, well, Aquaman's next, and then Shazam and then Wonder Woman, and then...
Jeez, this is going to be a great year.
But think about that. After that great year, there's everything's going to be in production. We're not going to see anything until 2021, maybe?
Yeah.
What else do we have on the docket? Because Batman's pushed back. There's no word about another Justice League. Suicide Squad is up in the air at this point. We don't even know who's directing it. There's rumors going all over the place.
Yeah. And then also, was it, I just thought of this. Honestly, we don't even know if, Aquaman's going to be on that same release date. As of right now, we know it is, but it's still on the same release date as Bumblebee. And don't underestimate Bumblebee. Transformers always make a killing at the box office.
Yeah. But I think this is where Transformers takes the dive. I think it's going to take a hard L.
I don't know, though. A lot of people are really liking the trailers. There's a lot of positive buzz going around about Bumblebee, And then they have that whole, you think Justice League was going to do at least, really decent. But it didn't. Venom, I think Venom is about to surpass their global box office. So it's like...
Don't tell me that. I want to sleep tonight.
I
don't want to hear that, dude.
Not to freak anybody out about Aquaman. I think Aquaman's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I personally think it's a smart idea for DC, though, to actually push it back to, say, February or something like that.
What's its date now? January or December? I thought it was December.
Yeah, December right now. It's December.
I can't wait any longer. If they push it back, dude, I'm going to throw a fit.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to, but I think for the health of the movie and how it really does, because I'm one of those guys that wants to see a bunch of Aquaman movies. I don't want to just see one. I want to see 2 or 3.
Well, maybe it's smart for them to put it out with Bumblebee, because then, if they put it out with another big movie, that's just going to put people in the theater. Maybe, as far as general audience goes, maybe they're thinking, people will go to the theater because there are movies out and they'll have options. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
maybe they'll try to piggyback off each other's successes.
The thing is, though, that almost never happens because it's with movies, they got more expensive. So most families, like general audiences, are like, okay, I'm only seeing one of the other movies. And if you got a real little kid, you know, odds are, and I'll be honest with you, he's probably going to want to go see Transformers and Bumblebee more than he's going to want to go see Aquaman. And that's my honest opinion, because Bumblebee is way more for kids. You know?
But at the same time, maybe you're catching general audience people who are just going out to the theater with no intention of seeing one movie or the other.
Yeah.
They're just going out to the theater because they know there's all these movies out, and they'll decide when they get to the theater. I mean, I don't think that's going to net them a lot, but it might be their strategy to release with all these other movies.
I think what they're doing is they're just like, we're not moving. We moved with Batman vs. Superman when Civil War was coming out.
Yeah.
They would have been really dumb if they didn't move then. But like,
you know, they're putting their foot down.
Marvel put their date on that first, and then Batman vs. Superman was on there because it kept getting pushed back because it was supposed to come out in 2015. Yeah. But then so DC is the one who always does this. They always just put it on a date and they stick it there when they know another movie's on there. I don't know why they do this to themselves. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if it moved, but I really hope it doesn't, because I do want to see it.
Yeah, no,
I'm torn. I'm torn between. Should it move or should it not? I just want to see more. I just want to see more Aquaman because it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Stinks, I'm excited for that.
Then I'm not gonna care. But if it's really good, like I think it will be, then I'm gonna want to see a lot. And if it doesn't make enough money, and the reason is because they were too stubborn to move the date, then I'm gonna be pretty mad.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at Star Wars did that too. They were too stubborn to move their date, and
look what happened on
Solo took an L. I mean, that was a kind of a mix of things.
Yeah.
Granted,
I mean, you had Deadpool and Infinity War, so it's
but that's that's huge right there. I mean,
that's not Bumblebee isn't even close to being that.
They were a little bit overconfident in the Han Solo movie, and I don't think that was rightfully so.
Oh yeah.
But getting back on topic, there's some Batman and Superman rumors going out.
And it's because Variety put out this.
Okay.
They put out this whole thing about the Flash getting pushed back, and they said that they put a little thing in there. Of course, they had to put a little thing in there that DC has no plans for Ben Affleck's Batman or Henry Cavill's Superman in DC at all. Like, no movies or anything. They never said they were going to get rid of those two actors. They never said that. They just said they had no plans right now. But, I don't know. I think people the thing is, people are running with it, and they're saying that Henry Cavill and Batman are out of DC, getting everybody all riled up.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's just not true. They don't have a movie coming out right now. They're focusing on other things. They did announce New Gods. Even, what was it? I think Steven Spielberg is doing a movie. What was it? Hawks? What is it? Let me see. It's a DC property.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl?
No. Let's see. Blackhawks. Like the fighter pilots.
Oh, Blackhawks.
He's doing that.
That's a really weird
pick. You do have all
pick.
those movies still in development. New Gods is probably going to happen. But also, Steven Spielberg.
New Gods would be cool.
Yeah.
I would rather see Steven Spielberg direct New Gods, though, than Blackhawks. Blackhawks is such a weird choice.
They got a pretty good director for New Gods, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Blackhawks is a weird choice, man.
Yeah, the same.
Do you know who the Blackhawks are?
I don't know much about them.
They're fighter pilots.
Yeah, and in the 1950s too, it's supposed to take place in that time era.
I think they fight Nazis.
Yeah, 1940s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because DC had a lot of army comics in the 40s, like Men at War, Unknown Soldier. There was one other one that I think the comic was Star Spangled something. But they had a lot of war comics in that time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
I think Blackhawks.
A lot of companies did.
Yeah, they were pretty popular, and I think Blackhawks was one of those properties. It's weird that he would pick that. That's such a strange one. I don't know. I mean, he's Spielberg, so
yeah,
he'll make something of it.
And that's the thing. Say with because Matt Reeves' Batman, and that's why everybody's flipping out, because Ben Affleck. That's definitely a big signal, in my opinion, saying that, okay, we got this Matt Reeves Batman movie coming out, but guess what? We got no plans for Ben Affleck's Batman. Oh, God. That means he's probably not in the movie.
Yeah.
that definitely I could see people saying something about that. But Henry Cavill's Superman, I'm sorry, if DC gets rid of him, they are stupid.
Yeah, no.
That is stupid.
They're going to pay him what they're going to pay him. Because let's be honest, guys, he's not only good, he's not only great for the role, but he hasn't been given the right chance. And we are all still waiting on him to
and I feel like
find the character.
A little bit of a chance. You know, like Man of Steel, obviously, like he had his own thing with that, but I think he should have been used a little bit more. But with Justice League, I feel like we got that smidgen of what we could really see from him. Yeah. You know, just a little smidgen. And I want a lot more. I want a whole movie with that.
I want another Superman movie. I'm still, you know, and all these other movies sound great, and I'm glad that DC's kind of pulling into the bucket and just kind of throwing things out there and seeing what's going to stick. You know, really just kind of going wild with it. I think that's not a bad idea, but for God's sakes, man. I love Superman, and one of the cool things about Superman is that no matter when it is, Superman can be cool. And I just want a movie to prove that to everybody, so everyone will stop repping on my Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I need another Superman movie to show people why he's the OG, why he's number one, and why he always will be.
Yeah, and really just like, you know, like not to talk about this too much because honestly this is something that me and Quinn did not want to talk too much about because we just don't like hearing all about this because it's so negative against DC, and honestly I think both of us are kind of like over the whole negativity behind it because I feel like news like you know, these comic book news sites, they will run with any little thing that they can. They'll find a little detail in there and they'll run with it and they'll make a completely fake story you know, for clicks. And the thing is, like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, it's not entirely true. Don't mislead people. I don't think that's okay. When you're straight up misleading people, I think they really are.
Yeah, you know? I agree.
Because nobody said that Henry Cavill's out. And, yeah, I mean, like, I do want to see more Superman because he's just I mean, if anything, this is telling DC, there's so many people flipping out about this. Put a Superman movie out. Obviously, everybody still wants to see it.
You can still do a lot with the character. There's a lot to go off of. And, you know, I rip on, what's his name, Zack Snyder all the time, but he gave you a lot to work with Superman in the first Man of Steel. He gave you a lot to work with. You have all the characters of Superman have already been established. Krypton has been established. The Negative Zone has been established. The Fortress of Solitude, although I think was driven into a building, is established. You know, like, you have a lot still left. Kryptonite is in play. You know, Lex Luthor's in play, still on the loose. There's so much just waiting to be picked up, and that can make
a lot.
Yeah, so much. And it would not be a stretch.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's what it is with DC right now. We'll have to wait and be patient. And now on to our next topic, which is Spider-Man Far From Home. The entire production of Spider-Man Far From Home has wrapped completely. And we got some awesome on-set images of the brand new Spider-Man suit that's going to be within the movie, where we did talk about this already, but there's another suit.
Another one.
Yeah, so there's not just one suit that's going to be new in this new movie. We're going to have two new ones. So this one's going to be like, it's the classic suit, but then there's a lot more black in it. So instead of the blue, there's just going to be black. So Quinn, what do you think about this? I think it looks pretty sweet.
I love it. I know that you said this earlier. It's like straight out of the pages of Amazing Fantasy. And it quite literally is. It's just got that really classic old school Spider-Man look to it. I think it's pretty unique in a weird way in that color scheme, because we haven't really seen that in a Spider-Man movie yet. They usually stick with the red and the blue. But I just really like it. It's a really clean, sharp-looking suit. You know, we were talking about this earlier, how whatever Spider-Man suit they seem to do, it always seems to look good.
Yeah. Yeah, every single one. All the new ones.
Yeah.
Definitely look really good. Not saying that, like, you know, because, to be fair, like, even the Amazing Spider-Man 2, with, like, Andrew Garfield's, like, official Spider-Man costume, in that movie, it was a pretty good suit. Like, at the time, I thought it was really good. I liked the giant white eyes. I thought it was really good. But then, like, you know, now when we get the ones where you can see the expressions, I think that's really where, I think that's
yeah,
really good. That's a really good idea. I really like how they did that, especially Deadpool was the first one to do that, and now Spider-Man's doing it. And when you read the comic books, that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy they figured out a way to do that.
Yeah,
so,
that is kind of cool.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, think about
the spider.
That's a good thing when you talk about their expressions. I didn't think of that because in the Sam Raimi trilogy, the only way that they could really have him show emotion and stuff like that is they would rip half the mask off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like his little eye hole would get punched out. Mm-hmm. Like in those big tense fight scenes, like a good example is the fight with the Green Goblin. But they don't have to do that anymore with these new suits. He can express his emotion the entire fight. And I mean, he's going to look damn good because that is like one clean suit, man.
And it's so funny too.
I love that old school look of it. I wouldn't mind if they kept that for all the Spider-Man movies. I really would.
Oh yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Totally fine with that.
But the thing that when I was a little kid, I never understood why they always took the masks off in every superhero movie.
Right.
For like the last fight.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they always taking out the mask? I'm like, leave it on.
Yeah.
Like, he's a superhero.
Yeah. What are you doing, dude? He's gonna figure out your name and stuff. I mean,
and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we need the actors to have like some facial screen time during these fights, just to put out like more emotion. And it's like, oh, okay. That makes more sense. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't want that. I still want to see him in the suit.
Yeah, that's when you want to see him in the suit the most, is the big fight.
Yeah. Because they do that a lot with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, too.
He gets his helmet punched off. Well, you can't really show emotion in the helmet. You just can't.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really show him. But the thing is, they figured out a really good way because you can get that whole thing where you're inside of his helmet.
Yeah.
So that's really good idea. I like what they did with that.
And how like the helmet kind of like slides back and makes that big thunk.
Yeah. And even was it Captain America, a lot of the time has his helmet off.
Yeah, but he doesn't need it on. I mean, he doesn't need it off to show emotion because his mask is revealing enough as it is.
Yeah, I do like his helmet on though the whole time because it's just like it's Captain America.
It's Captain America.
I like his helmet. It's Captain America. But yeah, it's really exciting that this movie finished filming. You know what's weird though? I did want to bring up one little thing with this. Zendaya's in a lot of this stuff, and people are saying that she's going to be like, the love interest, which definitely they were hinting to the last movie when they called her MJ, but she's not really Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. I really hope that they just kind of polish it up and stop being so confusing. Is she Mary Jane or is she not Mary Jane?
Yeah, I don't like that. That's really just kind of unnecessary.
I don't like it either. They didn't need to
I like her as an actor. I like her role in it. I think she's kind of a fun character in the movie. But, and maybe this movie they'll be more clear on it. They'll be like, oh, this is who she, she is the love interest. Or no, she's just a friend. I hope they settle that because, I don't really want to do another movie of like, oh, they're not really, but kind of, but could be, but they're not, but we're pretending like they, that's just annoying. I don't want to deal with that. It looks like here in this photo, that she has a more important part in the movie, and I'm excited to see her come back. I really liked her.
Yeah, and Spider-Man saving her and everything, and of course, when you look at the first one, his love interest was supposed to be Liz the whole time, but everybody knew that Michelle in the background is gonna she's the real love interest.
She's the real girl,
Yeah, she's the one further down the road that she's gonna be in love with Peter, but you didn't have to say the whole MJ thing.
Yeah,
just didn't.
Don't do that. Why are you playing with us like that?
I'm okay. I'm okay with a different character. Totally fine. We've seen Mary Jane. We've seen Gwen Stacy. We've seen Liz now. Don't do any more.
What's the only one left?
We've even seen Betty Brant.
We haven't seen Betty. We've kind of seen Betty Brant. They hinted at
Sam Raimi Spider-Man. We did. Even Spider-Man 3. They he was. Was it Tobey Maguire was flirting with her? So
yeah, I love that scene.
You see that, and then. Yeah, so
Peter.
We've seen all of the love interests.
We've seen them all.
I personally did wish they did go back to Mary Jane. I wish we got a Mary Jane. And I wish Zendaya was Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But they already called her a different name, so it's what are you going to do now?
Yeah. But I don't know. They don't look like love interests in this photo is the only thing. They look like buddies.
Yeah, no. Not right now. But I think, maybe in this film it will be hinted at. I have a feeling they're definitely going to be.
I don't know. She doesn't look like... I'm going to go against you on that one, Ryan. I don't... My gut... Not there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you at the same time because it's I don't know, they look like best friends.
It looks like a comedy scene, honestly. Yeah, no. You know, he's just like in the suit and she's just chilling with him. Although it could be like a behind-the-scenes photo as well. That would be the best.
Spoiler alert, she knows who Tom Holland really is. Or Peter Parker really is.
She knows who Tom Holland really is, too.
Yeah. Oh my god, you've been Spider-Man this whole time?
What?
But really going on another topic, too, staying in the MCU. Avengers 4 completely wrapped. All, like, its reshoots and everything, it's all done. It's all done shooting, so...
Yay!
You know, it's all set for its May release. But then Chris Evans, of course, you know, has
Came under a little flack.
He always, you know, no matter what these actors do, they always will, like, have us nerds picking at every little thing they do so they can get something for the next Avengers movie or the next superhero movie. And poor guy was just saying that he had a great 10 years working with Marvel. Because that's exactly what it was. It's been 10 years. Or not for him, 8 years. For him, it's like 8 years.
8 years.
Like, working on these movies.
8 years.
It's a long time. And he's just really grateful that he got the experience. And, you know, it did sound like a little bit of a goodbye tweet. So then everybody flipped out. And now he's coming out and saying that he's not going to, like, die or anything in Avengers 4. But then again, he's not saying that he isn't. You know, it's like he's between a hard
He's just trying to clarify that his tweet had nothing to do with Captain America's position. It was more about, like, his experience in the last...
Yeah, because then if he came out and he said, no, don't worry about it, I can come back if I want to, he doesn't die. Spoiler alert. It's like, you know, like, then you don't know.
Yeah, he's in a box.
I think he's going to die. Yeah, I think he's going to die, though.
You do think he's...
I think he's
done. You think he's done?
Oh, yeah, I think he's dead. I think Cap is dead. He's got nothing to live for anymore, if you really think about it. Tony Stark, they hinted at, and Gwyneth Paltrow kind of spoiled this already. I think this is true, where Tony and Pepper are going to have a baby in Avengers 4.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I guess Pepper didn't die. Or they're going to have it, like, you know, towards the end of the movie when everybody's happy, and Tony goes and lives his life, you know?
Yeah.
So that happens, but then, like, Chris Evans, Captain America, say he has Bucky and Falcon, yeah, but I don't know, like, Peggy Carter died, and, like, that's his love interest, so I don't see him having anything else to live
he's got Agent 13, right? 13?
I don't like that. And even though, like, you know, they don't even touch upon it in the Avengers movie, so I have a feeling that they're not even going to think about that. They're not going to care.
Well, maybe because, you know, there's going to be less characters on screen. They'll have the time to go through with these other side characters and focus on the original Avengers again. Because a lot of the characters that died in Infinity War were not OG Avengers. I don't think any of the original...
Oh, yeah. All the new ones died.
Yeah, it was all the new characters that died. It wasn't any of the old Avenger characters that died. It was just the OGs. Which I think is...
And then we got, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Nebula, and Rocket, too. And Captain Marvel. So those are the only new ones that are...
Yeah. Rocket's there.
But yeah, mainly, you're right. Nebula. Yeah, they're mainly focusing on the older ones.
And then Okoye, I think he's still kicking it.
Yeah, Okoye. Shiri's still alive.
We think. I mean, we didn't see her die, but we didn't see her live either.
No, I'm pretty... Oh, wait, no, you're right. No, that was a leak thing. There's so many things going on with this movie. So many leaks. So many trailer leaks. Everybody's saying it's Avengers Annihilation now. That's the title. But nobody really knows. And they're saying Annihilus is going to be a secret villain.
Ew, people. Come on.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Don't mix your villains up.
It wouldn't make any sense. And they're saying that there's Avengers 4 villain that's going to be bigger than Thanos.
Annihilus.
In the same movie. Personally, for me, if they're going to do that, I think it's the Celestials. I already made a video on this.
The Celestials would be the most logical.
Because they've been seeding the Celestials, so it makes sense. They're going to do an Eternals movie. They make the Eternals. Yeah. And Thanos is an Eternal. There's a lot of connections there that they can work with. That I can see them coming in and being maybe a villain or maybe just like this these gods that take out Thanos. Or something like that, whatever.
Right.
I can see that happening. But Annihilus? You have to introduce the Negative Zone, the Fantastic Four. No way. Yeah, that's a lot. This movie's already jammed.
I mean, you could just bypass that all like they did with Ultron and Ant-Man, you know? Like, they didn't do anything with Ultron's original origin, and they're just like, this is the new Ultron.
They could, but... Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe he could come from the quantum realm?
Oh, yeah, like that's the new Negative Zone or whatnot. But that'd be kind of weird.
But then Annihilus has never been more powerful than Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. So it's like...
Yeah. I mean, it's the Infinity Gauntlet.
I just don't think so.
I feel like Thanos is, again, going to be the key player in this.
He has to be. Yeah, I mean, it would be so disappointing if it wasn't. You know, nobody wants to see... Everybody wants to see Thanos again. He was awesome. But, then Annihilus has never been more powerful than Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. So it's like... I don't think so. I just don't think so. I feel like Thanos is, again, going to be the key player in this. You know, nobody wants to see... Everybody wants to see Thanos again. He was awesome. Everybody wants to see them come back and defeat Thanos. That's what everybody wants to see. Could they throw some Celestials in there? Heck yeah. I think there's going to be some huge cosmic entities that are in the movie.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, like maybe as far as Captain America, I don't see him dying. I really don't. And it's because of that, the core Avengers being still alive at the end of this movie. I feel like this next movie is going to be all about them, and it's going to focus on them as opposed to others. So that's why I don't really think he's going to die. And like we were talking about, know that someone will die. And we were talking about this off screen. It's the end of his contract. You know, that doesn't mean he's not going to sign a new one, or that, you know, maybe he's going to take a quick little break from the series. And then, you know, 5 years later come back to it or something like that. Because he's been talking about doing directing for some time as well, I believe.
Which he's gotten to. He's directed some stuff.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe he just renegotiates his contract. Maybe he becomes more like Robert Downey Jr. and he appears in other films and doesn't have his own films anymore. You know, I don't think that's, you know... I mean, I get the timing of it, like, oh, this is the perfect place for him to kick the bucket, but at the same time, like, he's become so central to the plot and what happens in the movies over the years, and you know he really likes playing the character, and he does a fantastic job of it. So I feel like if Marvel has plans, they're going to want him on board, and I feel like he's going to do it. At least that's me.
And the thing... Yeah, and I think I do agree with you. I think actually the entire, like, more than Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, I think the entire MCU revolves around him.
Yeah, now.
You know, for the Avengers.
Yeah.
You know, like, after Civil War, it's all about him and Bucky, so it's like, obviously, the whole thing revolves around him.
Yeah. So and even like, Avengers Infinity War, he's a big role in that. And it always...
See, the thing is, he's not. He's not, though. He's underused.
I disagree. When he comes in, the pace of the movie kind of changes. He gets them all together. He brings people together. He's the one who gets them to, like... Well, he doesn't bring Iron Man together, but he brings a lot of people together.
But the thing is, like, with him, they said that, like, I mean, I think he's in the movie for 13 minutes. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, can't believe that. I saw, because they have the official times of how long they were all in the movie. He was in it for, like, 13 minutes. He was, like, one of the lowest ones. But they said the characters that didn't get a lot of time in Avengers Infinity War gets a lot of time in Avengers 4, so he's going to be a huge character in the next one. They already confirmed that. That's going to happen. And then they said that some of these OG Avengers are going to die. Some of them are going to go live happy lives. And some of them are still going to be around. I think Thor and Hulk are going to be around. You can't get rid of those two, especially Thor. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Thor.
Yeah, I don't think Thor's going anywhere.
Hulk?
Or maybe.
Hulk's not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Black Widow? Black Widow and Hawkeye, I think you don't kill Hawkeye.
No, you kill Hawkeye. You shoot Hawkeye in the face within the first 10 minutes. Come on, guys. Let's put this character out of his misery, for God's sakes.
But let's be honest. Would you really care that much if Hawkeye died? Would that be like a strike to the heart if you saw him? Exactly. Don't kill him. It makes no sense.
But there's no reason to keep him. I don't know.
No, but the thing is, like,
you know what you should kill, dude? You should kill Rocket and Groot, dude, and nobody else. I just want those two dead, dude.
Oh, okay, Groot's gonna die for
a third time, dude. He's gonna make another sapling, and Thanos is gonna turn it into nothing. He's gonna destroy Groot forever.
Dang. Rocket, I'm telling you right now, Rocket will never.
No, Rocket never dies.
I think he's the same as the Hulk. You never kill the Hulk.
Never kill Rocket.
I could be wrong, but you never kill the Hulk, you never kill Rocket. In Spider-Man, those three.
Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah, well, obviously Spider-Man's not like Marvel. He's coming back, so.
Except for Rocket. Rocket's like a newer thing that's like, I don't know, you just don't kill him. Why would you kill him? He's awesome.
He is awesome, which is why you kill him.
There's no point. Yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty upset if they killed him. I would be storming out of the theater and be so mad if they killed Rocket Raccoon. I would be really mad if they killed him. I'd be pretty pissed. But that's really everything that's really come out this week. Of course, thank you all very much for watching. Quinn, do you have any final thoughts before we officially
No, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching again for another week. It's been another great time. Remember, if you have anything that we missed, or if you have opinions or wanted to say something that we didn't quite get to, just leave a comment below, And consider hitting that subscribe button. I know our uploads are kind of infrequent at the moment, but we are trying here and we are making a lot of progress in that. And we are looking at picking a date to upload these consistently. So definitely hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our podcast stuff.
Yeah, we'll definitely be in the future, probably very soon. We'll be starting to do a lot more consistently. It's just very difficult with the scheduling, but we're getting it. It's definitely a to say that, and it'll happen probably in the next 2 episodes or 3 episodes. At least, I would say we'll probably have something. So thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye bye.